Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Donna's Dreamworks, and I hope everybody had a great weekend. Believe it or not, I'm here today to make another patriotic wreath. Now, July 4th is tomorrow, so it's a little late, but my husband is playing in a golf tournament, something our community has here on a regular basis, and so he wanted to have a wreath for the front of his golf cart. And I have lots of this mesh left over, and I had some wire frames that I had picked up at the Dollar Tree and some red chenille stems. So I told him I would put together a wreath for the front of his golf cart. I'm not sure how many or what kind of embellishments I'm going to put on it because, of course, it's going to be driving with it. It'll take a little bit of a beating. But I don't really mind doing that. I have a red, white, and blue deco mesh wreath right now out on my lamppost, and it takes the direct Florida sun from about 2 o'clock on. So this was actually made with, I think it was Dollar Tree deco mesh. It was just some little mesh I had hanging around here, and I put together a wreath for out there. But it is quite faded right now. So whatever this one is, I will certainly have it to put away and use it again next year, either on my lamppost or on this golf cart again. So I'm going to get my camera repositioned so that you can see what I'm doing, and we'll put it together at the same time. Now, I am going to be using a poof method. It's the easiest and quickest to get done. And I think with the wind of traveling, it will be the least frayed type of method of doing the wreath. We'll see what I figure out for some embellishments after I finish putting it together, and we'll just take it step by step. So I'll be back in just a couple of minutes, and let me get my camera angle down on the table. Thanks. See ya. Right back. Okay, here we are back again. I'm going to put the chenille stems on first. I just cut them in half. I don't think we need the whole stem. What I've done is I put the first one on. I have another full-length stem here that I have just folded in half. And I kind of use that to measure where I'm going to put the next one on the frame. And that seems to work out pretty good. If I'm using a full stem, of course, you just tip it over and measure it. And these I am not gluing on, although if I'm making a permanent wreath, lots of times I will put a little drop of hot glue, and it just holds them in place because they will slide when you're trying to put the poofs on. But you can rearrange them. Well, last night we had company in for dinner. It was Sunday night, and we had 7 people. Very nice evening. I do love to cook, so I had made barbecue chicken, barbecue ribs, home-baked beans, coleslaw, and a homemade apple pie, and cornbread. Now, tell me that was a Weight Watchers meal. I don't think so. So I did have some points saved. However, I think I probably overindulged, although I was conservative. I think sometimes it's better when you're cooking because you've been around it so much all day that it's not really all that interesting anymore. So, but it was a good time, was had by all. One of the couples is friends of ours that lived in our development community for a long time. And then about 2 years ago decided they wanted to move out, and have now decided they want to move back. So, okay, that's that. So now I'm going to do the same thing up here, starting with like in the excuse me. I have a frog. And so they're in the process this is a manufactured home community, and they're in the process of now purchasing a lot and having a new home built. So it will probably be close to Christmas or so before they actually get moved in. And you know, it's funny. We always say it's not the home, it's the lifestyle. Because we did the same thing in 2008. We left here and moved to a, I guess we call them a CBS house, cement block stucco. Very nice house. And I liked it because it was out in the middle of nowhere. And so we had bobcats in the yard and, you know, lots of animals and so on and so forth. But my husband likes to play golf and he's good at it. And it was a 20-minute ride, even though he joined the golf course here. It was a 20-minute ride for him to go back and forth. And it not only wasn't great ride, but if you come in after playing golf and you have a couple of beers or something like that, it's really not a safe ride to be driving back home. So consequently, I was bringing him over and bringing him home. And that grows old in a hurry. So anyway, so we decided also that we were going to move back. And we have been back now since 2011. So the fact that somebody moves out and comes back is not all that unusual. Okay, I have the ties on. I am sitting in a chair today for the simple reason that this table height is death to my back. And so I'm trying to see if I can do this while sitting down. Probably not the easiest thing in the world to do, but I think I can still handle it. So we'll see what we can get going here. So anyway, they're coming back, and so we had them over for dinner. They were good friends, are good friends. Okay, I'm going to make about a 10-inch poof, and I'm not going to measure it. And like I said, these are slipping and sliding on this frame, so I can adjust them after I get these on. And I'm only putting, like I said, half of a pipe cleaner because I don't really intend to put a lot of fancy embellishments on. Trying to keep the mesh in the same direction all the time so that I can keep poofing it. I'm really thinking about what I'm going to do after tomorrow, because you know, you really like to start some fall things, but it's really just still too far away for fall. And so we need to keep some, I guess, summer decor. Maybe my living room is in blues, a family room is in blues, so it kind of lends itself to staying, and I didn't do a whole lot of extra patriotic decor in there. I just kept it neutral in the blues. So that I don't really have to do too much to. I'm going to have to do something with my kitchen table centerpiece. Because that's got a patriotic swag on it, so we'll have to make some kind of a summer swag, I guess. My outside table by my door will have to be redone. And get it there. But you know, if you craft, it's not a hardship to do these. It's expensive, but it's not a hardship. So next week let's see now, this week, oh, this is the new week. This week the Declamesh is not on sale. So I have some colors here that I can work with, but I'll wait and see what I can find next week. Okay, last one, coming back to the beginning again. Now we could go into the one we started with. And I'll show you what I do when I transition to the inner circle. And I'll get it started, and then I can pause the camera for you so that you don't have to watch the whole thing while I go around. Okay, I have come to the end of the bottom. What I do to go up to the top is I make I hold it in my hand, okay, and I go to the next available tie, but I do it tightly. I don't make a puff here because I'm going to make a puff in this tie when I come back around, and it doesn't need to have one right now. So I just am going to bring this up, okay, and secure it, and then I'm going to start again with the 10-inch poofs. This mesh is quite nice, actually. This was Hobby Lobby, I think. I don't know. I've had it for a while. I know I did not buy it in the yes, it was Hobby Lobby, but I did not buy it in the Patriotic decor section because they had some different mesh there and at twice the price. Okay, and you can see I'm started around on the inner circle. So I'm going to give us a pause here, and I'll continue and get back with you as soon as I get to the end. Be right back. Okay, welcome back. I'm back to the end, or to the one I started. And remember, when I started it, I did not make a poof. Okay, so now I will make the poof into that chenille stem. This is really nice mesh. It's heavy because of all of the metal threads in it. So it gives you a nice coverage. Okay, now I don't know about you other crafters and wreath makers. I really hate when I have made a wreath and I have not enough left on this bolt to do another one. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go in and out a few times, and not necessarily into every one, but I want to just use up as much as I can of this mesh. So I'm going to go over here. I was on the inside. I'm going to go down here to the outside and see if we can't just get rid of or use it up. It's a shame, and I feel like it's so wasteful to throw out perfectly good mesh, but there's just not enough of it left to do anything with much. Okay, I'm on the outside. I was on the outside, and I've got it a little bit twisted. I have to untwist it. There we go. I'm going to go over here to the inside. It's almost like when you weave a ribbon around, you're kind of going over the other loops. There we go. But it certainly does increase the poofability. I think that, I'm not sure that's a word, but it is poofy. Oops. And if we lost you there, that was the remote control that I just crashed off the table here. All right, so let's see. This one, I think I'll go over here and down the bottom. Okay. And now we'll go, let's see. Let's go over to this one. And I think one more. Come down here. And that will take care of it. And I'm still going to have, of course, a little bit of stuff left on the bolt. I really twisted it that time. Going in and out, I think, probably did that. And I am undoing these pipe cleaners and then putting it in down at the bottom, because where I only used a half of one, if I just kept putting them on top of each other, I would run out of chenille stem. Now I'm just going to see if I can fluff out some of this a little bit here. And then this one should go over it. There we go. How's that? Looking good. And actually, I'm back to where the beginning was. I'm just going to cut this off. And I'm going to tuck both of them down through the frame. Well, there we go. And we get a couple of zip ties. Some little zip ties here. 1. My goodness. Get around there. I only used the short ones. I think I tried to pull it. No. Wait just a minute here. I'll come around this one, be easier. There we go. And you're seeing a bunch of poofs. Okay. Okay. Here we are so far. It really looks nice and poofy. I have a couple of ribbons here I might put on. This one is just a plain red ribbon. It has some stars on it. It's kind of pretty. Oh, where was your camera? There you go. Well, let's see. Do I want to put it around? I think I'm going to just put a couple of little ribbon accents. And I'm not putting anything else in that, so I can tighten that down good. You need to make sure your ribbon is facing up, and I didn't chevron the end of it. Let me chevron the end. There we go. Much easier to do that if you do it before you put it on the wreath. And we'll just cut it right here. Chevron the end again. Oops, don't cut the other ribbon. And we'll put another tuft around here somewhere. Let's put that one down here. Which way have I got it twisted? See, we have it. If I can get it to the camera angle. This one. Hey, I'm going to chevron it before I put the next one on. think I'll stick with the inside ones here. It seems to be looking good. You know, you work so hard to get these ribbons in just the right place, and you put it on the front of the golf cart and they'll blow in whatever direction they want to go. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. But you might as well start out with it looking good anyway. Oh, let's get that one going this way. It wants to go that way. Okay, I'm going to continue putting some ribbons on here, and I'll come back in a couple of minutes and we'll see how it's going. As soon as I pick up the remote control off the floor. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I've put it up on the easel so you can get a good look at it. I think that's about all I'm going to put on here because it is going to go on a golf cart and be blown around. I did have a little bit of a, I don't know what you call it, a pick, I guess. It's on a wire, and it has some flags and some stars and on it. So I just stuck that up at the top, and I think it came out super cute. It's just another patriotic wreath for 4th of July, which is tomorrow. And okay, so we'll check back with you, and I will show you a picture of it when it's all mounted on the golf cart. Talk to you later. Everybody play nice now. Bye-bye.